month ago in the New York Times, in an article, there was a headline saying Stephen Colbert finds the focus on Biden's age to be old news, and then it lists a bunch of late night comedians making fun of the fixation on Donald Trump, on Joe Biden being ancient and old, and things like that. So all of this is of a piece. I think what is most interesting to me is not that the press is in the tank for Joe Biden and has been, and now they're going to start going overboard and saying, we caused all of this. We're the problem. We're the center. I mean, the media has main character syndrome more than, Elon Musk or Donald Trump does. It's been over a year where Donald Trump has been leading Joe Biden in the polls, according to Real Clear Politics. So it's the media finally catching up with the fact that Joe Biden is an unpopular president. Now they want to talk about why, and they want to talk about their starring role in why he is a terrible candidate who is going to lose, and they want him to win. So that, that kind of gets to your first question, Peter. The second one is, how do you rebuild it? It's by doing two things. It's by acknowledging the mistakes that you've made and why you've made them. And then it is actually doing things differently. And there is no reason to believe that. I mean, I know Olivia Nuzzi of New York Magazine. She's, an excellent reporter and all of that. But like when I read a reporter who follows Biden around all the time and starts to say, oh yeah, I was covering up, but I'm telling the truth now, that doesn't give me anything to work with. They need to start actually doing stuff differently. And I don't think the age thing is the biggest issue in this race. It's just becoming the whipping post for the press to explain why Biden is going to lose. And he was going to lose, according to the polls before the debate.
Catherine, Donald Trump was president for 4 years. During that time, we heard endless complaints about norm violations, about how what Donald Trump was doing was just totally out of bounds. It sure seems like what Biden is now doing, which is taking counsel from his crack addict grifter son Hunter, insisting on his fitness and capacity, despite obvious evidence to the contrary, is kind of a norm violation. So I guess my question here is just, but my norms? With a question mark at the end.
The way in which some of the high ground that Biden has is eroding in the face of this kind of old age scandal, I guess, is pretty notable. I think the uniting factor here is hubris. Both of these candidates are out here pretending, I think not even pretending, genuinely believing that they are the best or maybe even the only people who can do this job.